In a world where borders are tightening and travel is becoming more complicated for many, the idea of open doors feels almost revolutionary. Yet Canada has just made a bold move that's turning heads around the globe. On September 9, 2025, the Canadian government announced a landmark policy. Starting next year, citizens from 10 Asian nations will no longer need a visa to visit Canada. This is a sweeping change, affecting millions of potential travelers. This isn't a minor tweak, it's a profound shift in foreign policy, signaling a pivot eastward and a desire to build bridges, not walls. Canada is reaching out, extending a hand of friendship and opportunity. For decades, travel from Asia to Canada meant endless paperwork, long interviews, and a cloud of uncertainty hanging over every application. Now, that barrier is gone. The process is streamlined and the stress of waiting for approval is a thing of the past. Canada is betting that easier travel will boost tourism, attract top talent, and create new business opportunities. The hope is that families, students, and entrepreneurs will see Canada as a welcoming destination. The timing is crucial. After years of global economic uncertainty and pandemic-related restrictions, Canada is choosing connection as its path to growth. This is a strategic move to revitalize the economy and foster international relationships. This policy is a clear message. Canada's future is intertwined with Asia's dynamic economies. The country is looking to the east for new partnerships, innovation, and cultural exchange. For millions in the selected countries, this is life-changing. It means spontaneous trips, easier family visits, and new educational opportunities. Imagine planning a trip to Banff or Toronto without months of visa anxiety. Now, families can book flights with confidence and students can pursue their dreams without bureaucratic hurdles. The policy opens doors for tourism, education, and family reunification, acknowledging Asia's growing middle class and their desire to explore. It's a recognition of shifting global demographics and aspirations. It's not just a diplomatic gesture, it's a practical change that will impact real lives. From students to business leaders, the effects will be felt in countless ways. Canada is rolling out the welcome mat, and the world is watching. The move is being discussed in international media, and other countries are taking note. The move is ambitious, and its effects will ripple across diplomacy, economics, and international travel. It could set a precedent for other nations to follow. The journey to Canada just got a lot easier for millions. For many, it's the start of a new chapter, one filled with opportunity, adventure, and the promise of a brighter future. The 10 Asian countries granted visa-free access are the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, South Korea, Japan, India, and Pakistan. This list is strategic, including both economic powerhouses and emerging nations. Japan, South Korea, and Singapore already have strong ties with Canada. This move makes travel even smoother. For Southeast Asian nations like the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia, Canada was once a distant dream. Now it's within reach. The policy recognizes Southeast Asia's rising influence and opens Canada to a massive new market of tourists and investors. Granting visa-free access to India and Pakistan is also significant, making it easier for families to reunite and for businesses to connect. This is more than economics. It's about deepening personal and cultural ties. Canada is strengthening its multicultural fabric by welcoming these nations. The door is open for a new era of connection. Visa-free means citizens of these 10 countries no longer need to apply for a visitor visa at a Canadian embassy. Instead, they'll obtain a quick, inexpensive electronic travel authorization, or ETA, online, usually approved within minutes. This removes months of paperwork and uncertainty, making spontaneous travel possible. Security isn't ignored, travelers are still screened, and border officers have the final say on entry. The process shifts from embassies to the airport, but the main difference is speed and simplicity. For families and business travelers, it's a game changer. No more costly, stressful visa hurdles. Canada just became far more accessible. This isn't just generosity, it's strategy. Canada wants to boost tourism, targeting millions of potential visitors from Asia's fastest-growing economies. More tourists mean more spending in hotels, restaurants, and attractions, fueling local economies. The policy also attracts business leaders and investors, making it easier to explore opportunities and forge partnerships. Diplomatically, it's a gesture of trust, strengthening ties with key Asian partners and building goodwill. Canada is positioning itself as a welcoming, forward-thinking nation, contrasting with more restrictive Western policies. The move also addresses long-standing concerns of Canada's Asian diaspora. making family visits easier and reinforcing multiculturalism. It's a direct response to calls for more accessible travel for loved ones. The open door policy is about economic growth, diplomacy, and family unity. Canada is betting on people and connection. The most immediate impact of this new policy will be felt in the tourism sector. Canada's breathtaking natural wonders, from the roaring Niagara Falls to the majestic Rockies, and its vibrant multicultural cities, are now within easy reach for millions of new travelers from Asia. Travel agencies and airlines across the country are already preparing for a surge in demand, expanding their services and hiring more staff to accommodate the influx of visitors. This means more jobs in hospitality, transportation, and retail, fueling economic growth in both large cities and smaller communities that rely on tourism. But the benefits extend far beyond just tourism. International students can now visit Canadian universities in person before enrolling, giving them a real sense of campus life and helping them make informed decisions about their education. This is likely to boost international enrollment, which in turn supports local economies, creates jobs, and enriches campus diversity. Many of these students choose to stay after graduation, becoming skilled immigrants who contribute to Canada's workforce and society. They fill critical labor gaps, drive innovation in technology and research, and help Canada remain competitive on the global stage. Culturally, increased travel fosters greater understanding between people of different backgrounds, and further enriches Canada's already diverse and multicultural identity, making communities more vibrant and inclusive. New collaborations in the arts, cuisine, and business are emerging, blending traditions and sparking creativity. These exchanges will make Canadian cities even more dynamic, exciting, and globally connected. For Asian countries, the policy opens doors to new opportunities for travel, education, and business partnerships, and strengthens diplomatic and economic ties with Canada, paving the way for future collaboration. Families separated by distance can now reunite more easily, sharing important moments and building lasting memories. Professionals and entrepreneurs can pursue new ventures, attend conferences, and build networks that span continents. The relationship is truly mutually beneficial, fostering prosperity, innovation, and deeper connections on both sides of the Pacific. This is not a one-way street. Opportunities and benefits flow in both directions, as both Canada and Asia stand to gain from this new era of openness and exchange. Ultimately, this policy is a powerful catalyst for economic growth, cultural exchange, and a brighter, more interconnected future for all. With opportunity comes risk. The main concern is an increase in asylum claims or visa overstays, which could strain Canada's immigration system. The ETA system screens travelers, but it's less exhaustive than a full visa process, so border officers must be vigilant. A surge in visitors could also pressure housing, transit, and tourist sites, especially in cities like Vancouver and Toronto. Political backlash is possible if the system is abused or security incidents occur. The government must monitor closely, invest in border security, and be ready to adjust the policy if needed. Safeguards are in place, but success depends on careful management. Across Asia, the response is excitement and optimism. In cities like Manila and Jakarta, the news is everywhere. Families are planning reunions and students are researching Canadian programs. Business leaders see it as a practical, time-saving move that will boost trade and investment. There's also realism. Travelers know they must still satisfy border officials, and online forums are full of tips for smooth entry. For families, the policy is deeply personal. No more stressful visa applications to visit loved ones. In places like Pakistan and the Philippines, the move is hailed as compassionate and life-changing. The policy is about more than economics. It's about human connection. Canada's welcome is being celebrated across Asia. In Canada, reactions are mixed. Optimism meets caution. Business and tourism sectors are thrilled, anticipating a boom in visitors and jobs. Canadians in multicultural cities see it as a positive, inclusive step that strengthens family and cultural ties. But concerns remain. Some worry about pressure on public services, infrastructure, and border security. Political opposition is demanding clear plans for managing risks and increased funding for border services. The debate isn't about engaging with Asia, but about doing so responsibly. The policy's success depends on balancing opportunity with security and sustainability. Canadians are watching closely to see how the government delivers. Canada's visa-free policy is more than just a change in travel regulations, it's a bold vision for the future of global connectivity. By opening its doors wider, Canada is signaling a commitment to building bridges, not walls, and embracing a world where borders are less of a barrier to opportunity and understanding. This policy bets on connection over division, aiming for mutual prosperity through the free movement of people, ideas, and cultures. It's about fostering innovation, encouraging collaboration, and creating an environment where diverse perspectives can thrive and contribute to a stronger economy. In the short term, we can expect a significant tourism boom, with more visitors exploring Canada's cities and natural wonders. This influx will make urban centers even more vibrant and diverse, enriching local communities and businesses. If this approach proves successful, Canada could become a model for other Western nations, inspiring them to rethink and potentially reform their own visa policies in favor of openness and cooperation. The world is watching closely. This experiment could serve as a blueprint for modern diplomacy, showing how openness can lead to shared growth, or it could become a cautionary tale if challenges aren't managed well. For Canadian society, the long-term impact will be profound. Deeper cultural ties, greater understanding between communities, and the evolution of a stronger, more inclusive national identity that reflects the world's diversity. This move is an investment in human capital and cultural wealth, ensuring that future generations benefit from a rich tapestry of backgrounds, skills, and ideas for decades to come. Of course, such a bold step requires careful management, adaptability, and ongoing dialogue to address any challenges that arise and to ensure the benefits are shared by all. The potential rewards, sustained economic growth, enhanced diplomatic strength, and a more dynamic, resilient society are immense and could redefine Canada's place in the world. Canada has chosen an open path, embracing the possibilities of a connected world, and now the world is eager to see where this journey will lead and what new opportunities will emerge along the way.